Hey Travis kiddos, let's do the enrichment reading work for the day. I want to review our phonics sounds and our sight words for the week and do a little phonemic awareness game and go over a little bit of the work that is optional for enrichment. So this week we are focusing on what sound? Do you remember? It's the ah sound. Do you remember how you can make the ah sound? Which letters? You can make it with A, A-L, A-U-G-H, A-W, A-U. All of those make ah. Okay. We also have our sight words. They are brother, father, friend, love, mother, and picture. We are also working on the vocabulary words except and often. So if you haven't done workbook page 285 on except and often, you can go ahead and do that. If you have and you're ready for more, you can reread Coaches and Meet Rosina. Coaches is the paper reader. Meet Rosina is in your literature anthology. So you can reread those and use one of them to figure out the author's purpose. So, clue, author's purpose. Remember, the author's purpose is the reason why he or she wrote the text. Why did they write the story? Why did they write the selection? Okay, now you have some clues in here, or some extra tips if you need a little help with this one. If you've already done this page for coaches, page 289, you have a little bit of help here of what the author's purpose is, and then you can find some clues in the text of coaches. Also, if you read page 322 in the literature anthology, you see you can meet George Ancona, who is the author, and also he took the photographs for Meet Rosina, so he is not exactly the illustrator, but he's the photographer. At the bottom, you see the author's purpose. Hey, that's what we're focusing on. So you have some tips right here. Okay, and then you can go back and look through the story to find clues in Meet Rosina about why he wrote the story, okay, or the text. So you also have Abuelita's Lap on pages 324 to 325 of the literature anthology. Okay, a nice little poem for you there to read. If you want to reread the leveled reader, you can go ahead and do that. Before I get to the other workbook pages, I want to do a little bit of phonemic awareness, some syllables, separating out some syllables, okay? So there is a great YouTube video of the Blazer Fresh video, Clap It Out. It's all about syllables. You know I love them. That's a Go Noodle dance. So if you want to do that, it's in the description, and it's fun to clap out some syllables. But let's do a few together. So I will say a word, and then we will clap out the syllables. This will come in handy for one of the workbook pages in a moment. So, worker, worker, 2 syllables. Cowboy, cow-boy, 2 syllables. So it's different than segmenting out all the sounds. This is just the groups that make syllables. Okay? Growing, growing. 16, 16. Rainbow, rainbow. Bookshelf, bookshelf. And coldest, coldest. So, for your workbook, page 292, you are going to need to separate out the syllables And you're going to need to underline the vowel teams. So vowel teams are formed by two letters in a word that stand for one vowel sound. The underlined letters are these words, letters in these words are examples of vowel teams. So heat, EA is just making E. It's not he at or he ate. Hood, OO is making Okay, hood. AY in stay is making A. It's making one sound. Those two letters together are making one sound. Out, OU is making ow. OY in boy is making oi. And saw, AW, is making ah. Okay, so here you have vowel teams stay together in the same syllable. So the first word in the example, oatmeal, we would clap it out as oatmeal. And you notice there are vowel teams in both oat and in meal. So they underlined OA in oat because that's making the O sound. And EA in meal is making the E sound. So oatmeal. And rowing. Rowing. Now this one, there's only a vowel team in the first syllable, row. OW is making the O sound. Okay, so here you are going to underline the vowel teams in the words and draw a line between the syllables. Now you'll notice some of the words we just practiced, breaking up the syllables, are in here or similar to these words. I wanted to give you a little bit of practice so that you can do most of these on your own, but we'll do two together. Okay, so the first one, drawing. Can you find the vowel team there? AW is the vowel team making the aw sound, the sound we're working on right now. So underline AW. And then let's clap out the syllables. Drawing, drawing. Two syllables. The split is between the W and the I. Drawing. Now, some of these words are compound words, and some of them have suffixes or word endings. So playground is a compound word. It has two separate words put together, play and ground. Drawing has a word ending, ing. So that isn't two words put together, but it has a word ending. Let's do number two. Neatest. Neatest. What vowel team do you see there? I see EA. EA is a vowel team. It's making E. Now let's clap it out. Neatest. So we need to split it up between neat and the word ending est. Neatest, which means the most neat. Okay, so that's page 292. Now you have two other pages in here for enrichment today. We have antonyms. So last week we worked on synonyms, words that have similar meanings or mean pretty much the same thing, something kind of the same. This week, antonyms are the opposite. So words that have opposite meanings. So can you think of an antonym? Cold and hot are antonyms, right? They mean totally opposite things, right? Big and small are antonyms. They mean totally different things. How about, we've been working on our sounds in science. Loud and quiet are antonyms. They mean the opposite. Okay, so on page 290, you are going to find the antonyms. So you're going to read each sentence and circle the word that has the opposite meaning of the word in bold. So, number one, the tiny mouse ran away. The bold word, which is a little bit darker and thicker, is tiny. So what word is an antonym or the opposite of tiny? We have small, cute, or huge. So small would be a synonym, but that was last week we were working on synonyms. Now we're working on antonyms. So the opposite of tiny would be huge. So we're going to circle huge. Okay? Number two, Jimmy felt better after a day in bed. What is the opposite of better? What would the antonym be? Would it be worse, happy, or best? What's the opposite of better? I would say worse is the opposite of better. So you're going to circle the antonyms for each bold word. I will let you do the rest on your own. And then you have a phonics page, putting in A, AU, AW, AUGH, or AL to complete the word. Now this one's a little bit tricky, so look in the other word lists we've done if you can't figure out which letters to put at the end, because it's a little bit difficult to know which one is which, right? So try your best with this. If you need to look up the words somewhere in a dictionary or in our work for the week, you can find most of these words in our stories, okay? Just try your best, and the point is that it's making the ah sound. If you don't get it 100% correct, that's fine, as long as you're using one of those letter combinations, okay? Alrighty, have fun with all of that, and of course, in the Your Turn workbook, use your best handwriting, and happy learning!